Manga follows a world where mysterious towers have appeared, bringing dangerous monsters and unimaginable treasures to the world as we know it. Those who enter the towers are called hunters. They risk their life to defeat deadly monsters and conquer unimaginable treasures. But this story follows a once weak individual that suddenly gains the mysterious power to let him grow stronger. Yes, that is correct. I am reading Tower Dungeon. And if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. Leave a comment down below. Any other manga you want me to review. And don't forget, the goal is 1,000 subscribers by August. So please hit it for me. And I hope you guys enjoy my rambling. Okay, now let's move on into this video. More rambling before I get onto the weeb meter. But, you know, I have a few notes here that I really wanted to talk about that I wrote down while I was reading the manga. All 15 something chapters. I think that's how much there is in it. First, the main character's name is Yuva, and I really thought that was a weird, interesting name. Not dogging on it or anything, it just threw me off when I heard his name, or read his name at the start. My next note that I wrote down was Adventure Time vibes. I feel like this is a dark fantasy manga, but I feel that Adventure Time vibes are really deep into this manga, like the light-hearted side of things, you know, where it's all happy, friendly, clumsy, you know, silly and stuff like that. I feel like it gives Adventure Time vibes. And then I also wrote down it's giving Souls-like vibes, you know, just the world itself gives me some like Dark Souls, Elden Ring-esque vibes, just how the world is built and just like the overall strength of the characters. I don't know why, and just like the overall boss monsters to it. Really unique boss monsters. But yeah, no, I really had that thought in my brain is like, wow, this really reminds me of Souls. Like Adventure Times and Souls, like combined together. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. But my other one is also just a common trope with all manga characters, main characters. The character's physically strong but clumsy, but I think that it really plays it off well with how the, you know, overall everybody else sees him. They see him as some weak farmer boy. Not trying to give off any spoilers. But yeah, no. But it has its moments where he's super serious, and there's some moments when he's not. Like, literally every single time they're walking through a dungeon, he goes, oh, what's that? He always falls. Like, throughout his 15 chapters, I feel like he's fallen through at least 3 to 5 walls and just falling down lower, and his team has to come save him. Just some random rant I probably am going to go on throughout the video. But yeah, no, he's just super strong and clumsy, and yeah, it's just a trope that I think they play off well. And then two of these reasons right here. One's not bad, and the other one's I'm a little sick of it in modern day manga. The first one, this one's fine. Some romance. I feel like romance is gonna play a huge role into the series. Just putting out my future guess out there. I feel like the romance is really well played, and you know, builds on itself. Just from the chapters I read, I feel like there's gonna be something there. And then also the nudity for no reason. Like sometimes I'll be reading it and then just boobs or ass, and you're like, okay, how lovely, how nice. But you know, I felt like I'd throw that out there. Every now and then there's just like, here, boobs, and you're like, oh, cool. And then they just breeze by it, and you're like, real shit, real shit, real shit. But yeah, I just wanted to go on that rant before I got into the weeb meter. Weeb meter! Hey, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be rating this manga. I call it the 4 rules. I used it in my last video where I rated Corey Kenshin's video. But I'm going to breeze through these real quick. Number 1, storytelling. Number 2, character development. Number 3, art and style. And number 4, world building. Yes, that's the 4 I'll be rating them on. They each have 25 points in each of them. They'll add up, and we'll get our final score, and it'll go on the weeb meter. And yeah, if you have a problem with it, leave it down in the comments, pussies. I bet you won't say it. I bet you won't come get me. Alright, swing into it. Go! Alrighty, moving on to the first one. We got storytelling. And yes, I gave this one a voluptuous score of 20 out of 25. I know! My hands are up. I'm a sucker. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Not really. But the storytelling itself, the reason why I gave it the score I gave it is because I really got hooked on it. And this is definitely one I'm going to be reading in the future. Unlike Corey Kenshin's, where I'm kind of like, at odds with myself about, maybe I should read it, maybe I shouldn't, but who knows. I will continue reading this one, though. I did really like the storytelling. There were a few times where it was a bit rushed, and I was like, okay, we could have really taken our time here and been like, yeah, I'll just explore this just a tad bit more, like a teensy bit more. And you're probably thinking, well, why is this a 20? You know, it should be like a 15. It's not a 15, dog. I'm lean on this crutch that I have here of it only has 15 chapters. So yeah, sorry to tell you, is what it is. Suck a toe. Or I was gonna say something else, but they will ban me. So but yeah. No, I gave it a 20 out of 25 because, you know, I really liked that it hooked me, and I did really like the story itself. It does get a bit repetitive, like, I mean, really repetitive. But, you know, the characters, the storytelling, where it's leading, I have high hopes for it. I don't know. I actually don't know where it's heading. This is one of those manga that's pretty simple, but does the simple well. So I really don't know where it's going. I do know some certain tropes that the main character has. I definitely will get into those here in a minute. But yeah, no, mainly the score comes from me hooking. What? I ain't hooking up with nobody. I came on. Okay, nope. That's why I'm not an artist. But
I'm coming.
Yes, no. It gives me the good old Adventure Time vibes with how the story's going, and overall, I don't know why. Just the happy times in this manga just gives me those Adventure Time vibes. I could just be yapping out of my ass, but yeah. That's what I gave the first one, a 20 out of 25. Alright, let's move on to the second one. Character development. This one might be a bit controversial. Not really. I don't think I've said anything controversial so far. If not, you can try to prove me wrong in the comments. You won't, pussy. I double dog dare you. That's right. I just called some of the viewers a bunch of pussies. Alright, moving on from my weird-ass rant, bro. I don't know why I'm tweaking lately. But yeah, no, I gave this character development one a 19 out of 25 because, you know, it's just, we don't have enough material for it, you know. The character does change throughout time, but as we're going through it, I really don't have an expo on any of the other characters besides Yuva, and even then, it's a bit shady there, you know. Real shady person. You walk down an alley in LA and there's just people there with guns, and you're just like, well, fuck me then. I'm gonna turn the hell around. I'll take the long way. But yeah, no, there's just nothing there. I mean, we get a bit of an expo on Yuva, his family and stuff like that. His, I think grandma? Yeah, it's been a minute since I read it. Gives him his helmet and stuff like that. He has sisters who we don't know anything about. That's just about it. Like, there's really nothing I can go off here. Like, I could try to put pinpoints on the board and gather evidence, but, you know, you ain't here for me to do that. You're here for some professionalism, which I am giving, I promise. So yes, my main gripe with the character development. I do think it's better than Kori Kenshin's, but we really don't know much about any of the characters. We know their motivations, the main character's motivation, and maybe a few of the knights' motivation. That's about it. That sums it up. Like, I really don't have anything else to show for the character development. Like, he changes a bit over time. He develops, I don't know why I'm stuttering. He develops a motive to why he's in the dungeon tower, or tower dungeon. I keep getting that mixed up. But yeah, no, 19 out of 25. Cry about it. Like I said earlier, cry about it in the comments. You know what I'll call you if you don't do it. Alrighty, moving on to the last two. My favorite out of the bunch, like it was in Kori Kenshin's manga. That's something you'll come to learn as you watch my channel more, which you should. 100% hit that subscribe button, please. But okay, the art, I gave it a 22 out of 25. This is something that I did really like about Kori Kenshin's, and I really like about this one. I like simple art, and I like complex art. Either or. If it looks good to me, I'm going to give it a high score. Honestly, this is a masterpiece in my personal opinion. It's not super, you know, like in your face, like some manga can be. I'm not throwing any shade on these two. These are literally my favorite manga of all time. Vagabond and Berserk. Stuff is in your face sometimes, and you're just like, wow, that's fucking huge. Never heard that shit in my life. But yeah, But yeah, no, I gave it a 22 out of 25. This adds on to it. Also, another thing I said at the start of the video, which I'm just going to keep referencing. It made me think of Adventure Time for some reason. Like, just the pastiness of the art sometimes is just like, damn, I really mess with that, you know? It brings me back to the good old days, the irregular Showtime and the Adventure Time. But yes, the art is a 22 out of 25. Again, don't know why. There is a lot of nudity in this one. A lot of boobs. Like, I mean a lot of boobs, and I'm on board, but boobs are boobs. I just like saying the word boob. But, yeah. No, I definitely do like this one. Do I think it's better than Kori Kenshin's? In my humble and professional opinion, yes, I do think this art is better. Come at me. Grill me for it. I don't care. But, yeah. No, some of the art in this manga is just, like, it's simple, and I like it, and then there's some points where it's like, damn, that's hella detailed. But yeah, no, it knows when to turn it up, and it knows when not to turn it up. Like, I like that it's sometimes, you know, I just like to have some non-complex art in the manga and some complex art. Like, if I'm sitting there and I buy a campfire, I don't want the campfire to be the most detailed campfire ever. I don't want to look at it and be like, damn, there's a campfire in my screen. I want to be like, damn, yeah, this makes it look like a manga. It makes it look like a fantasy world. But then there's other times where the monsters are looking at you and you're like, damn, that's a real-ass monster. Or a big-ass monster. But yeah, no, I do like the art in this manga, especially how they do the tower. And some of the characters, some other characters look like they were copied and pasted off of Villager Bee animes, you know. But next, this one's going to be slightly controversial. Not really. I do think this one's better than Kori Kenshin's by a long shot. This is going to be another gripe, but also not. The world building of this manga, I give it a 19 out of 25. And you're probably thinking, that's not a bad score. Or it is a bad score, depending on who you are. Depending on how serious you are about manga. I just think that the dungeons are great world building. But everything outside the dungeon, there is zero world building for it. Like, nada, not a zinch. The dungeons are well fleshed out. I do think that it does want to stay in the dungeon most of the manga. And I think it's in the title, so I didn't dock any points for that. Well, I did. I docked 6 points for that. It's not perfect, like most of my life, but, you know, the world building in this is, I wouldn't call it the world, I'd call it dungeon building, basically. It builds the dungeon up, hypes you up for the dungeon, but there's literally little to no interaction with the outside world. Like, I don't even know what the land they're in is called. I don't even know what the dungeon's called. But the dungeon's more fleshed out than the outside world. I do like to point out, this is better than Kori Kenshin's. And I've said that so many times in the video. And I'm pretty sure this is an experienced person who's written manga. So yeah, I wouldn't hold it against Kori Kenshin. But I don't know why I keep comparing to Kori Kenshin's. It's not even a battle. This manga wins on every single front. I'm sorry. This is my type of manga. It's a good dark fantasy, but it knows how to be light sometimes. Oh, finally, that we're all through that. Can I get a drum roll, please? Yeah, so I gave it a total score of 80. Yes, that's right, 80 out of 100 or 8 out of 10, depending on how stingy you are. Yeah, that one person who commented on my video. But yeah, I do think it's way better than Kori Kenshin's, and if I could go back in time and redo the video, Kori Kenshin's would be either a 65 or a 70. I do think this is far better. Cue the outro! Yes, this is Outro Mimic. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below. Any manga that you want me to review, or literally anything. Games, anything, etc., etc. Remember, goal is 1,000 subscribers by August. And if you made it to the very end, including this outro, hit the ooga booga down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye!